Here's something I found hidden in my garage recently. You can see it is a C-46 checklist. And it's a little box that has a control on one side, a couple of wires, a couple of holes which I think may be mounting points. And over here we have these rollers. This is basically a scroll. So when I turn that, it goes through the checklist. It's a lot like the old roll film used to be, the 120 film. The control is for a light that is inside here, and I think the little screws are where you attach the voltage on it. So you can turn a light on in this thing and you know, be able to read it. And it also has a red filter that goes on there. I suspect that with the light lit up behind it, you might be able to read this. Right now it's very dark. There's a little frame that goes onto this. And again, you can go on and on through this thing. Now I did have to tape the scroll at the top end. It ripped, so basically about right here as far as I want to go. The part that is taped is rolled up. So C-46 checklist, pretty neat little item here. I'm going to go get a battery and see if we can get that light to work and see what happens with that rig. I want to get access to the light bulb, so I'm going to try to remove at least half the scroll. I'm going to start with that little screw right there. Maybe if I take that knob off, the whole end will pop out. So I take that screw off. There is a shaft exposed, but I can't figure out where to go from here. I think that's the other end of the shaft right there. It doesn't seem to want to pull out. Let's see, that's where the screws go for the frame. And by the way, the original screws are lost, so I found 4 semi-replacements. Let's see if we can get that shaft out of there. Well, I just opened up the scroll a bit, and it kind of provides access. You can see the bulb right there. And again, this is a variable resistor, also known as a potentiometer, and I would assume that's used to vary the brightness of the bulb. If I could get the bulb out, I could probably look up the power voltage for it. What I'll probably do is just get a transformer and start at a low voltage and see if I can get it to fire up. I connected the checklist unit to a little variable power supply. I've got it all the way up to 12 volts. And the light is lit up. Not real bright. I suspect that if this was made for an aircraft, it'd probably use 24 volts. Well, let's put the red filter on and see what it looks like with the lights on and the room lights turned out. Well, that's kind of cool. With the light on, the checklist behind the red becomes fairly easy to read. And again, I think if I had more voltage on that light, it would help a lot. Let me see if I can find maybe even a 15 volt transformer. I should have one of those. The biggest thing I could find is a 15 volt power supply, so I've got that plugged in. It's a little bit darker, but or brighter, I guess you would say. I've put on the bezel with its thin plastic sheet on it. It has some scratches and signs of wear, so it does muddy up the image a little bit. Oh, let me show you why I recommend displaying this without the red filter. And it's because without the backlight, you can't see anything there, honestly. Let's see, where's that?